Hello and welcome back to XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. This is the 4-man run with ballistic weapons only. And we are about to face the Grandfather, the Warlock, the, in my opinion, strongest of the three chosen, at least in this game mode. He has definitely proven to be the strongest of them. And this is going to be a hell of a mission. We have brought the crop, the A-team, the absolute best of the best. Ranman, Red Galleon, Poe, and Roby. And instead of Syken, who would also be the best of the best, we brought in Mystic, who has become quite good as well. We equipped ourselves with a lot of mine shields. We got the ammunition, we got the healing, we got the explosives, we got everything. So without further ado, let's jump right into the mission and see how we're going to deal with a chosen one. For those of you who have missed the last episode or did not watch it completely, we have researched the sniper of the first chosen that we killed, as well as the pistol. And unfortunately, after a debate with myself, I came to the conclusion that it would make this run and this accomplishment too easy to use these weapons. It would make it just too convenient to use them, because the damage output is so much higher than what we're currently dealing with, and it would just probably take a bit away from the absolute hardcore challenge that this run is at. And for those who have seen the whole series, like, I did not even think that it was remotely possible. It was just about making it as far as we humanly could into the run. And then we fought month after month after month and just kept prevailing. We had the full avatar bar, which just barely knocked off one bleep of it. It went back on. We knocked off another bleep, and we were fighting tooth and nails. Many of the missions were like very, very close, specifically also with our main team, which was probably about to die at least 3 or 4 times. We had missions which could have gone into a total party kill over and over. So I guess what I'm saying is, making it that far here is such a blessing, and I'm not sure if it's even replicatable, because I was very, very lucky in this run, specifically with some of the orders that we got, and also with the skill set of these soldiers. They are really, really good. So I wouldn't want to spoil and take away from then taking an easier path. And I think that's the reason why I finally decided, you know what? Even if it might sound crazy, but let's go for the harder version. It's almost like, definitely not in the same league, but it's almost like Kriparian, who wanted to run the Diablo 3 hardcore challenge with an unnerfed Diablo and not with a nerfed version. And I would feel that to a certain degree we would look at the nerfed version of the enemies if we were to just use the stronger weapons. I've made the example of the pistol for the sniper. The pistol would just simply blow away so many enemies immediately. Specifically robotic units. We could one-shot them, and I guess that's not what I want.
Well, we weren't expecting to sneak in here today. Let's take these things out.
So we're looking at a pretty diverse group of enemies here. We can safely ignore the priest because everyone has a mind shield. That's the fun part about it. Psychic units ain't got shit on us this run. So let's try to go for the heavy armor targets and go with the saturation 5 first. See if we can actually hit 2 of them. You know, we could, but it's definitely not the hardcover targets, right? Well, that's one thing. We could also try to just go for a solid kill on one of them. You know, I mean, probably if we're just killing both of these guys, that'll be a good idea, because the shield bearer will use his shields in the first round. The purifier will just try to flame. And so I guess the most logical way to deal with it is just attack these two guys here.
Area saturation.
100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. That's what I wanted to see. Good boy. So this here would almost kill the guy, which is fine.
Don't blink.
Good. Then we're looking at the priest. Taking a couple of shots. Good, very good. Now we're looking at face-off. Which actually kills the trooper, heavily injures the priest. Just moving further away so we're not eating a grenade. Want to split up. Lighting hands, soften up the priest. Okay, perfect. So we're going to do a fun maneuver. Imagine that Mystic here just steps into the room and says, whilst closing the doors, "I'm not locked in with you in here. You are locked in with me." And with these words, he fiercely charges in, deals the big rend damage, moves, goes for sustenance, parries, just waits. Mind control. That's a useless endeavor. How dare you to try it? There's the shield. And that's going to be parried. Not even close.
This fire is getting dangerous.
Mule's will permeates all around us. Can you not feel it, humans? Their reach is eternal. Even now their hand closes upon you.
Probably we're going for the purifier next. I like the idea of standing in full cover. Just I really do. So we're not going to move away. The opposite is true. Wonderful.
Deflection.
Renman takes an Overwatch, takes threat assessment. We're taking a solid shot to soften up the priest. I was actually hoping that we could maybe kill him, but you know, whatever.
Keep them coming.
There we go, priest removed.
Hostile terminated. Armor still holding.
Now, we're not going to take him down this turn, unfortunately. Maybe with the exception if he moves, then he might catch a hit.
You will pay the price. We should do something about that armor.
Shield removed. Got our focus up to 2. And back to parry. Unfortunately, the shield bearer is the one that's moving first.
I'm under attack here. Too close to the heat.
For you are the true abominations. Microbes that think themselves greater than the gods. You taint this place with your infestation.
What's over there?
Alright, we're slowly but surely moving a bit closer.
Went off the armor. X-ray neutralized. Hot target
Alright, we're still in full cover. This guy ain't got nothing on us.
This world is ours. They're eager to strike me.
He's still trying to act smart,
Starting to
but
get
that's not going to work. Renvin's moving further in.
Saviors of your ways. They'll fight to preserve an entire universe. And here you stand, willing to die to take your ignorance.
Shredding him all the way. We're setting this guy up for a kill because I want to maximize the focus that we do have on our Templar. And there we go.
What's over there? Back online.
Good.
Affirmative, covering now.
First pack of 4 cleared. Might want to get back some of the cooldowns, but we haven't used a single bit of equipment.
Once considered myself a part of your race. You seem so small, so narrow of purpose. You do not deserve the Elder's attentions.
Overwatch. Come get some. Affirmative, covering now.
All right.
No one will slip past.
So we still have one more round until the cooldowns are coming back up, so I'll be just careful. There's no need for rushing or speeding this up.
To show compassion, I will let you die quickly today.
Our target should be to flawlessly execute and not lose a single point of health or
XCOM,
any consumables during the first part.
and all its peoples, given to me, left to my tender mercies.
I'm on it! On Overwatch. On Overwatch. Maintaining this area.
Yet for any of us to survive,
Alright, closing the door to block line of sight. I just want to make sure, even though we're double moving,
submit now
that everyone takes a solid position.
Keep it on affirmative. Covering now. On Overwatch.
Haven't heard any movement so far. I suspect we're up for 2 more large packs.
must I endure your sacrilege. If it is peace you want, I shall gladly oblige. Come forward, XCOM, and yield to my embrace. I shall grant you
There we go.
slumber.
It's pretty much the opposite of a large pack.
Hauling ass. I'm trusting you here.
So alright, so he just can't see through this pillar, that's all. This here would be a solid kill.
Target neutralized.
And just to make sure that we're definitely hitting,
Weak hit.
well, that indeed is interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that 2 out of 3 shots are missing and the last one is partially dodged. I think the chances for this were rather slim.
I got it, right? Okay, I'll go. Missed. A quick strike.
Unbelievable.
A righteous strike. I didn't make it through.
Alright, so that should parry whatever fiery blast this guy wants to use. There we go, parried. Not going to affect us.
For me.
And still you defy us.
Should have probably moved him away. Yeah, I knew it.
Check it before you get too
I was about to say, should have probably moved him away to avoid being in the range of explosion. That was totally my mistake. So that's the final room, which means we need to go into this direction.
On the move. If you say so. Overwatch. My watch begins. Scanning.
Only now is there hope.
Let's reload with everyone.
Force the Elder's hands. They can no longer afford patience. Soon, very soon, this world shall be mine.
I guess that'll be okay.
Okay. So we got a pack of 2 and a pack of 4, which I assume will mean that we're meeting another pack of 2 and another pack of 4, or 2 packs of 3.
Okay, I'll go. Moving to position. I guess that'll be okay. Scanning. I am watching. Come get some. Overwatch.
So again, we don't have any real alien activity.
If you say so. Okay, I'll go.
Probably we'll need to go through this door and then take a left.
On your order. Moving to Overwatch. Scanning. Got it covered.
Okay.
I'll keep a watchful eye.
Oh, someone's walking into our Overwatch trap. Interesting. That's a Shadow and an Andromedon.
Only the armor.
And another Shadow. Ooh. And another Shadow.
Hit the armor. Get it together.
Gosh, that's going to be a difficult encounter. Specifically with all the shadows. So the question is, do I want to use one of the grenades? Could take away all of the cover. And shred the Andromedon as well. We're looking at a 200 hit points encounter. I think we can use the grenade. I don't want to lose more hit points. Alright, that was one.
Laying it down.
And that's two. Now I guess we need to make sure that we actually kill some of these guys. $11 to $13. 16 to 19. I'm just thinking how to absolutely maximize the damage this round, because it's a lot of hit points that we're looking at. Remember, Roby does no longer have his blue screen rounds.
I'm trusting you here.
So we got to be careful here. So after careful consideration, I suppose we can start here with Fanfire. Got it down to 4 hit points. Roby will be able to execute on it.
Oh, I definitely got that one.
Regaining death from above and implaceable. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. I'm splitting up to make sure that we're not being attacked by the Andromedon with his acid grenade, because that would be a real issue. Yeah, despite a crit, we couldn't get it down. Probably going to take some damage. Okay, lucky us.
Trusting you here.
Very good. Solid execution. What's our chance to take this guy over? You know what? We're just going to stun it for this turn. But before we're doing so, I'd like to perfectly use our actions. So we're reloading first, and then we're stunning it. Normally I would take it over, but there's really not so much that an Andromedon can do against the shadows. So we're just going to shut it down. Interestingly enough, the right decision. And with it being shut down,
A focused strike of power.
superior stock is nice. I was, by the way, moving around just to see if they vanished behind cover there. So this here would lead to 20 points of damage. Yeah, probably the right decision. I need to be AFK for 30 seconds. Let's just watch what happens. Alright, be right back. Alright, back. Sorry for taking the short AFK. So I was wondering if the shadows might not use their cloning ability, because we do have our anti-mind control masks. That would be awesome.
I guess that'll be okay.
So first of all, let's run and gun,
Run in and gun it.
reload, and then take the shot. There we go. Oh, very good. 11 to 13. Well, that's barely short of killing him. And I want to make sure that he's really down, so... Another threat assessment. And there we go.
I strike for my people.
So we got him down to 4 hit points. Good enough. There's only one more shadow who should basically come out of hiding like this turn. He decides not to. That's fine for me.
Hostile terminated. Okay, I'll go. I guess that'll be okay.
I'm wondering where this guy might be. Probably in the next room.
No one gets by me. Affirmative, covering now. I'm on it. On over.
And we got him down to 12 hit points, if I'm not mistaken. So as soon as he shows... Oh, I know where he is. I very, very much know where he is. That wouldn't be active if there wouldn't be anyone near it. So there we go.
X-ray neutralized.
Alright, joke's on him.
Will do. Okay, I'll go. Overwatch.
By the way, I think the usage of the grenade was the right decision. I mean, just looking at the sheer number of hit points that that pack had, with I think 50, 150, 238.
Already there. Good to go. Maintaining this area.
We're way better off without taking damage instead of having that one grenade.
If you say so.
So that's the target room. Already have seen that there is a pack coming through it.
I'm on it.
Everyone's in cover.
I'll maintain my covered.
Maybe we're lucky enough and can pull off yet another Overwatch.
Affirmative. Covering now. Come get some. I am watching. I'm on it.
Let's see. We know that there is movement. We just don't see any movement. Would be nice to get the Overwatch.
What was that?
Very good. And they cluster up. What is wrong with you guys? I mean, seriously, are you out of your mind?
that'll be okay.
Moving over here into full cover.
Energy signature directly ahead. This appears to be an alien transport device of some kind.
Understood. Looks like we found our way out of here. They're going down!
Two of them executed. Holy shit. Everyone else, oh wow, I think that was maybe close to the best salvo that we've ever seen. Gosh, that was brutal.
Our target, minimal damage.
Unfortunately, we can't reach the last guy back there.
The armor.
Which means we're somewhat going in and just blocking.
Power of the Templars. They're well protected.
Alright, parry.
Armor still holding. I'm under fire. I'm ready to pass over.
Wow.
I got it, right? Healbot coming through.
Okay, so we needed to use the first healing. So one heal down, one grenade down. Specifically, I'm specifically annoyed about the healing because that sucks a bit.
All the Templars. It only damaged the armor. That armor's tough. I am the focus of their attacks. Rock and roll. Went off the armor.
All right,
I will tear
that's a
you
kill.
apart. Watch close.
And that's another kill.
Hostile target down. Back in. Affirmative. Covering now. Solid copy.
Okay, we got to wait for our cooldowns, but everything else looks beautiful.
Copy that.
think we could have played it a bit better. Slight mistakes, for instance, the damage that we took from the explosion of the purifier. So this 4 damage could have been avoided. Other than that, we only took like 1 swing, and we had a couple of really beefy enemy packs.
What's over there? Getting it done. Overwatch. Back online.
Okay, so by looking at it, everyone would be ready, and that's, I think, considering how long the fights against the Chosens last, that'll be a very good moment in time for us to stop this video and have the big fight with the Chosen One in the next video. If you liked what you've seen, leave a comment down below, and I'd specifically like to hear from you what you think about the fights with the Chosens and which part of it you found most interesting. Take care and see you soon.